Welcome to Studio 69, featuring your boy, the legendary Robert Winder. And I'm back for a new episode of Studio 69. And I gave y'all a little bit of a week off. Gave myself a week off to refresh. But let's get into this topic today. I'm sliding into this camera. Let's get into this topic today. So there's been a lot of relationship going on, a lot of relationship talk between men and women and men and women and women and men and what men and women should be doing for one another. But I was scrolling the internet to find a topic to talk to y'all about. And this one really kind of got me. Okay, it really kind of got me. So I want to talk about it. The topic is man goes solo. Man goes on solo vacation after his girlfriend couldn't afford to pay her share. Man goes on solo trip after his girlfriend couldn't afford to pay her share. Wow, and wow. So when I was looking more into the situation, I was like, Robert, what angle are you going to come from? What angle are you going to come from? And I'm going to come from this angle, and I do want y'all to share what y'all think in the comments. Now, before a vacation or a trip is had between two people, okay, there is a conversation that happens during the planning of this vacation. The conversation consists of where you going, who, what, when, where, and why. Who going, when we going, how we gonna get there, and who paying for this trip. So I'm pretty sure that this man and this woman had the who, what, when, where, why, and hows. I'm pretty sure. So I'm sure that they were like, okay, we're gonna take a trip to, let's say we're gonna take a trip to Hawaii. Hawaii is gonna cost you about maybe seven grand to get there, depending on if you're going on a cruise, depending on if you're flying over. So when they had this conversation, that's what I'm more interested in. When the conversation was had, there had to be, honey, this trip is $7,000. I'm gonna pay this much, and you're gonna pay this much. Because obviously there was a discussion that said, I'm gonna pay my portion, you're gonna pay your portion, and we're gonna be on there together. So my man came with his portion, funded his portion, and was waiting on this girl, and she did not have it. Now, thinking to yourself, why didn't that man pay for his woman to go on that trip? Why didn't he add his extra to his woman for this trip? He should have. I'm gonna be honest with you. If I'm that woman, 100%, if I'm that woman, he's going on this trip solo and he's coming back solo, because I gotta break up with him, right? You got to break up with him, because it's like, well, babe, if you can't finish your end and you go without me, that's wild. Number one. So yeah, if he goes solo, which this man did, he's gonna come back solo. He won't have a girl if I was in her shoes, and vice versa. If my woman go on a trip without me because I couldn't get my end, then when she come back, she gonna, unless there's an understanding, like, go ahead, babe, where you going? Okay, that's wild. So this is my take on it. I think he was bogus. Number one, he was bogus flat out the gate. He was bogus. What should have happened, if this man was smart and he liked his woman and he wanted to keep his woman, what should have happened is that they should have put their funds together, right? Adjusted the trip. Maybe there were some things on that trip that they may have not been able to do, and cancel those things so y'all can go together. Or let's just adjust the trip together. Maybe we don't have the $7,000 together to go to Hawaii. Maybe we've got $4,000 that maybe we can go down to Turks and Caicos. Maybe we can go to the Bahamas. Maybe we can go to Mexico, St. Cabo, whatever. He should have adjusted the trip. They should have talked this out, and they should have adjusted the trip, because You going solo, brother. You're going to come home solo if it was me, if I was in her shoes, or if, like I said, vice versa. Ladies, what do y'all think about that? That's kind of insane, and I think it is bogus. But if the conversation was, babe, I don't have my portion, but you still should go on a trip for you, then he still shouldn't have went. Yo, he still should not have went on this trip without his woman. I'm pretty sure she wanted to go, unless she was on something else and sent him off so she can be on something else for 5 to 7 days. But I'm pretty sure he was on something else for 5 to 7 days. This whole thing is shenanigans and a mess. That brother should not went on that trip by himself. Unless it was a boys trip, and it wasn't. It was him and her, and they should have adjusted the trip. You should have adjusted the trip. Men, if you and your woman are in that situation and y'all planning a little vacation, and have a discussion come and she can't figure out her end of it, and you got most of your end, do the right thing. Adjust the trip. Adjust the trip. You might not be able to go to Bahamas. You better take your ass to Disney World. And you can have fun at Disney World. I want to go to Disney World. I want to go back to Harry Potter and the Wizarding World. But that's just me. That's just a legendary Robert Winder. But don't go on a solo trip if it's supposed to be for you and your woman, because you're going to lose. Go take a cruise. $4,000, $5,000, you can get on a nice cruise. Do that. Learn your lesson. Legendary Robert Winder. Because you go on that trip solo, if it was me, you're going to come back solo. Stay tuned for the next Studio 69. Oh boy, was wildin'. Wow, ain't you?